Hello! So I'm filming my third trimester recap video today. I'm currently 39 weeks and I thought I would just do it now before baby comes just because I'm not sure if I'm gonna have the time. But I guess I could also film a fourth trimester recap. I didn't know fourth trimester was a thing, but apparently it is. It's like the postpartum phase, I think. I don't know, I need to look it up again. But let me show you my bump. So like I said, I'm 39 weeks. I'm still pretty huge. I'm not sure if I've dropped yet. You can let me know what you think if I've like dropped a little. We're about less than a week now until baby's due date, and we'll see when he decides to show up. My doctor did mention that next appointment, which is this week, is when we get to discuss a plan to see if we want to like get induced or things like that, which I think I'm gonna schedule if baby doesn't come on his due date, mainly because I don't want to go like way past my due date. Like I don't want to be going into like the 42 weeks because I heard that can also be a risky pregnancy, and to be honest, I want to deliver as naturally as possible. So I got my trusty old notebook here as usual with all of my like notes from the third trimester. Let's just see. I guess this whole third trimester I feel like went really fast, mainly because every week that passes you're getting closer and closer to your due date. So there's just like more things to prep and get ready for, and also like, I don't know, it just seems like the third trimester went by really fast, mainly because there's so many changes and like things happening every day, I guess. So during my third trimester, I did get my flu shot. I did a GBS, I believe that's what it's called, swab test. So that was pretty interesting, came back clear, thank God. And then in my third trimester, kind of, I don't know when it started, maybe at 35, 36 weeks is when I started going for my weekly appointments. And basically at those appointments we just do a really quick general checkup, like, you know, your typical vitals checkup, and then just seeing how baby's doing. At one of the appointments they did do an ultrasound to check for baby's positioning, like to see where his head's at, and baby's head is down, so you know, baby's all ready to come out. And at my last appointment last week is when they did a cervical check. They asked if you want to do it or not, so it is optional, but I was like, yes, I want to do it. I was just gonna ask you about that. Even though I was still 38 weeks at that time, I kind of figured I wouldn't be dilated very much, which was true. I was only I was 0 centimeters, but she did say the baby's engaged, which means he's on the pathway to coming out. I don't know, she said just to keep doing what I'm doing, which is I'm having the raspberry leaf tea daily. I'm also having the dates. You do need to eat like quite a few dates, and they are pretty sweet, so I actually put some in today's smoothie, just to like get my dates in there. I guess in terms of my symptoms, in my third trimester I'm feeling a lot more aches and pains, so kind of like that discomfort when sleeping, trying to find a comfortable position, a lot more movement, although I'm not sure if I'm getting mistaken for Braxton Hicks, because I always thought baby's movements were just like him moving around, but later I learned I think they were actually Braxton Hicks, because that's when like your belly feels tight. So I've been getting a lot of that. I'm getting so tired again. Like in my first trimester, I'm needing like daily naps. Like by the afternoon I'm exhausted, so I like to like get all my things done kind of in the morning because that's when I feel I have the most energy, and by the afternoon I'm like needing a nap or even a nap before I go to bed nap. What else do I have here? I wrote not as much nausea, but then it started returning near the end. I think around 38 weeks I have like random episodes where I'm vomiting again, but apparently that's normal because it's like a sign of like you're kind of going into labor. So I also wrote down here an increased appetite, so I've been like eating a lot more, probably just because I need to fill up this belly. But I also realized as much as I want to eat more, I can't because there's no space. Like, I'm like, I can definitely finish my food, but there's literally no more space in my belly because baby's taking up all the space. I wrote here, also not getting the best sleeps at night because you're constantly waking up to go to the washroom. I'm not sure how many times I wake up throughout the night, but I guess that's preparing me for for when baby gets here, so kind of used to that now. I experienced some leg cramps, but not too many. I think just recently this week I started feeling more cramps kind of in my right leg. I'm also very gassy, so lots of burping and like forcing myself to burp. Tums has been like my best friend. I literally have a bottle of Tums just on my nightstand and I'm like popping them in every night. So that's been really helpful. I think I mentioned this in my second trimester recap video where I started getting that line on my belly. It is getting longer, so I think it goes up to here now-ish, and darker. And also darker underarms, which is kind of random, but apparently that's a thing. I have a weird one, and I'm not sure if it's tied to pregnancy, but I've been hearing sounds in my ear. I think there's a specific name for it. Tinnitus? Something like that. I'm gonna put it right here just because I can't remember right now, but it's only in my left ear and sometimes it's like this squeaking sound or I tell my husband it's like birds chirping. It's really weird. It comes and goes and I did look it up. It can be a symptom of pregnancy, but it's not a common one, so there's that. And then I guess in the past week I've noticed my hands and feet to be getting more swollen. So like right now my hands are like pretty chubby. Some people can't even fit into their rings anymore, so like mine's pretty like snug right now. And it does leave a little bit of a mark, so I'm not sure if I'm going to wear it for much longer, but yeah, definitely my hands, feet, ankles are starting to get more swollen. Another thing that I have here is that I'm starting to fit into less and less more clothes. So thankfully I stopped work when I did because I like wasn't really gonna fit into a lot of more work clothes. Like all of my dresses were gonna be too tight or they were just gonna be too short. The only thing I could really wear was like bodycon style dresses, and I'm not sure if I really wanted to be wearing that every day. So I did have to invest in a few maternity pieces. I know I was trying to put off as much as possible, but I did end up buying these maternity biker shorts. I bought a tank top, like they're like the longer ones that can kind of go over your belly. I did end up buying maternity jeans, which I think I mentioned before. And I'm trying to think what else maternity I've bought. That's about it, like less than a handful of pieces. So I'm kind of proud about that because I didn't want to spend on maternity clothing pieces. What else do I have? I feel like that's it. The third trimester again just went by really fast and we're just waiting for baby any day now. My mom and grandma do arrive tomorrow, so maybe baby's waiting for them to get here and then he'll make his appearance, but we'll see. This is probably my last video in my pregnancy diaries series, as probably my next couple videos won't be pregnancy related anymore. They'll be more so like, I don't know what I'm gonna call the next series, but we'll see about that. But again, I can't believe I'm already like 9 months has already passed by. Like it's kind of crazy to think I was sitting here doing my like first trimester recap video months ago now. But yeah, I'm hoping that everything goes well with labor and delivery. We are a little bit far from the hospital, mainly because we chose a hospital kind of like in the north part of San Diego in La Jolla. It's not too far, I would say it's like 20 minutes away. But with traffic it can be pretty far, so hopefully I don't go into labor when there's traffic, because that would be bad. I do also want to point out this beautiful blanket that our neighbor crocheted for us. It's quite large actually, and she said it's meant to be more of a like a blanket that you put on the ground. It's meant to be like used. It's pretty heavy duty and thick. And she said she's making a few more other pieces, like a little hat and mittens and things like that. So super thankful for really sweet neighbors, and everyone's excited to meet baby. So I'm not sure about Lucy though. She's kind of giving me a glare right now. I wish I could like quickly grab the camera and show you her, but by the time I get up, her glare is gonna stop. Is she soon not gonna be the only child? Right, Lucy? Are you excited for baby? Anyways, I think that's it that I wanted to talk about. I know I kind of went through it fairly quickly, and yeah, time to get back to my smoothie.